Since 1939, Marvel Comics has been pumping out stories of thrilling adventure featuring such iconic heroes as Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Captain America, Spider-Man, Thor, Doctor Strange, and the X-Men. You can experience these adventures yourself by picking up current releases and back issues of Marvel Comics at comic shops, bookstores, and supermarkets, as well as regional comic book conventions. If you're looking for an online alternative, you might also give websites like Ebay, Craigslist, and Facebook Marketplace a shot. So, we are going to watch about the how to buy Marvel Comics.
Method 1. Buying Marvel Comics from brick-and-mortar retailers.
First is visit your local comic book shop to browse a wide selection of issues. Almost every town or city has at least one comic book shop. For obvious reasons, these places will usually be your best bet when it comes to scoring both new and old Marvel comics. In addition to the current runs, most comic shops boast an impressive archive of older issues. Comic shops tend to have a much wider selection than bookstores and other non-specialized retailers. You'll also find lots of other Marvel merchandise at comic book shops, including movies, toys, apparel, and collectibles. Step 2. Explore major releases in the graphic novel section at big book retailers. The majority of the selection at bookstores like Borders, Barnes & Noble, and Books A Million is made up of sizable releases like graphic novels, compendiums, and collected series. They can be a good place to pick up your favorite titles if you're more interested in reading them than in collecting the issues individually. In most bookstores, single issues are displayed on wire racks rather than on the shelves. These racks may be mixed in with the magazines and newspaper. Some book retailers mark up the prices on popular comic book series quite a bit. If you're looking for a bargain, it may be wise to look elsewhere. Step 3. Keep an eye out for Marvel Comics at the supermarket. The next time you're out buying groceries, walk through the literature aisle and take a look at the comic selection. Grocery stores typically only stock the latest issues, but you may also be able to turn up some older issues and special releases like trade paperback collections. A lot of the time, it's cheaper to buy comics from the supermarket than from a comic shop or brand name book retailer. One downside of grocery store comics is that they may be in poor shape due to frequent handling. Finally, flip through the titles you're interested in before you buy them. Not only will previewing the comics you come across give you a sneak peek of the artwork and storylines they contain, it will also let you evaluate the condition of the issue. If you like what you see, tote your selections to the checkout counter and take them home. If you are a die-hard collector, think twice about buying comics with covers or pages that are bent, crumpled, torn, faded, or otherwise damaged. These are ordinarily worth much less than issues in mint condition.
Method 2. Ordering Marvel Comics online. First is purchase comics directly from Marvel's online store.
Visit www.marvel.com comics. There, you'll be able to shop for both print issues and digital copies that you can read on your computer or portable device. Marvel's online comics store is unmatched when it comes to selection, since all of the titles come straight from their own archives. Digital comics are generally more affordable than print comics, but have no collector's or resale value. If you tend to spend more than $10 per month on comic books, it may be worth your while to sign up for Marvel's premium subscription service, Marvel Unlimited. With Marvel Unlimited, you'll get access to over 25,000 comics for $9.99 a month.
Step 2. Search for online retailers that sell Marvel Comics.
Sites like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Powell's can be good places to start if you're in the market for a specific trade paperback collection or one-off. For single issues you may have more luck browsing the web stores of well-known comic shops. Midtown Comics, Mile High Comics, My Comic Shop, and Nucodia all have huge selections and competitive pricing. The prices at online retailers are similar to those in stores, though shipping can add a few extra dollars to your total at checkout. To keep shipping costs to a minimum, it's best to batch your orders as much as possible when buying online. Step 3. Score rare issues on sites like eBay and Craigslist. Select the Books category, then use the subcategories or search bar to narrow down your search. Collectors often use e-commerce sites to unload titles they no longer want. So you never know what gems you'll come across. The titles available on eBay and similar sites are constantly changing. So be sure to check back later if you don't find what you're looking for the first time around. Finally, use Facebook Marketplace to buy used comics from sellers in your area. Log into Facebook, then navigate to the Marketplace link on the left side of the home screen. Enter Marvel Comics into the search bar to pull up a list of comics and other related merchandise. Unless you change the location of your search, you'll only be shown being listed in your own city, which makes it easy to get in touch with the seller and discuss purchase and pickup options. If you're using the mobile Facebook app, the Marketplace link will be the third one from the top when you select the menu tab in the bottom right-hand corner of the home screen. Most of the comics on Facebook Marketplace are either new releases or second and third hand issues that may not be in the greatest condition. Occasionally, you may also catch some rare and highly sought after items going for a bargain. Method 3. Picking up Marvel comics at a convention or trade show. First is look up conventions or trade shows taking place in your area. Run a quick search for comic book conventions or comic book trade shows, followed by the name of your town or city, and make sure your calendar is clear on that day. Don't worry if you're too late to make the closest upcoming date. Bigger cities often host multiple events per year. Read up on the rules of the convention or trade show you plan on attending before you show up. Some events are free of charge and open to all, while others may require you to purchase a special ID badge in order to access the designated sellers area. San Diego Comic-Con is the biggest and most well-known annual comic book convention in the U.S. But there are lots of other conventions, both big and small, where you're sure to find a wealth of Marvel titles to drool over, including WonderCon, DragonCon, and Comicpalooza. Step 2. Head over to a vendor selling Marvel Comics titles. The sellers at comic book conventions will almost always be carrying the latest issues of many popular series. Some may also have older and more obscure titles up for grabs. Take your time browsing the selections at each booth, as it's not unusual for vendors to stock thousands of comics at large conventions and trade shows. Comic book conventions are arguably the best place in the world to track down rare issues. Most vendors sell comics from many different publishers, but others specialize in one particular company or another. While you're wandering the floor, look for the trademark red Marvel Comics logo to identify a vendor that's got the goods. Finally, purchase the titles you want directly from the vendor. When you're satisfied with your haul, present your comics to the person manning the booth to check out. These days, most vendors are equipped with card readers that will allow you to pay using a credit or debit card. If the booth you're buying from doesn't have a card reader, it may be necessary to pay with cash. Venues typically have ATMs on the premises for convention goers who need to make a withdrawal. Be aware that convention vendors may charge a separate sales tax for their wares on top of a listed sticker price. Depending on where you live, if you're not happy with the price of an item, try haggling with the vendor. They may be willing to go down a bit if your negotiation skills are strong enough.
We hope it is useful to you. Please subscribe to our channel to upskill yourself.